Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Allah Taala berikan kita keringanan, kesempatan untuk berjumpa pada hari ini atas satu maksudnya tujuan yang sangat besarlah, iaitu berkongsi kisah yang pengalamannya datang daripada pesakit sendiri. Saya rasa antum ataupun kamu semua maklum yang saya uh, melakukan rawatan ruqyah syar'iyah, dan sekarang ni dah mula menceburi bidang ni dalam sebagai sepenuh masa lah, full time. Jadi dalam menceburu menceburi bidang ini full time ni, banyak benda lah yang kita nampak, pengalaman yang mana banyak yang boleh kita kongsikan, tapi um, nak minta maaf banyak-banyak oleh kerana saya ni tak pandai sangat editing and all that, so kuranglah nak update kat dalam social media and all. So kadang-kadang pun nak buat just to make one story to upload dekat social media platform pun it's not very easy, take a lot of time. So I hope you guys can understand that lah, insyaAllah. So that's why I and Haji Sofyan has been assisting me, helping me um, uh, along the way during my rawatan. Tapi kadang-kadang dia tak ada, kadang-kadang dia ada, according to his free time lah, because he's doing this as macam dia punya hobi lah kira. Masya Allah, ataupun usaha untuk lillah, fi sabilillah. So kita discuss at how we can share something yang mana can benefit to everyone, supaya everyone can get a lot of education ataupun knowledge regarding ruqyah syar'iyah, dan tak payah takut pasal ni. Dan juga yang penting, bila kita tak payah nak buat banyak editing lah, hopefully. Yang mana editing itself can cost a lot of times. So so that's why we try to do this lah, insyaAllah. If this goes well, in future kita akan continue doing this on this platform, insyaAllah. So okay, let's cut to the chase. First of all, we welcome Haji Sofyan to the room. Haji Sofyan, want to say something?
Go ahead lah. Kita, I think we are in a good momentum, insyaAllah.
Okay, tak, you cakap sikit lagi because I nak kena pergi masuk bilik my anak, so dorang senyap sikit.
Daripada satu room ke satu room lah, daripada Zoom alam club room pergi ke room kat rumah. Okay. Jadi dari kita akan mendapat atau berbual-bual lah, bersantai-santai berbual-bual dengan salah satu um, pes, um, pesakit, I guess, atau bekas pesakit, kerana sekarang Alhamdulillah sudah beransur pulih, untuk mendapatkan sharing daripada beliau supaya dapat menjadi satu um, ya, mudah-mudahan bermanfaat kepada orang-orang yang tak pernah dengar atau tak tahu tentang perkara-perkara seperti begini. Sebenarnya memang banyak senario-senario yang ada yang kita ketemui, tetapi ini salah satu daripadanya lah. Masih banyak lagi orang yang kita jumpa yang skeptikal, yang kata pada zaman ini sekarang dah moden kan, mana ada benda-benda gangguan lagi. Tetapi ternyata memang banyak sangat. And semalam actually kita juga jumpa satu family yang salah satu dari membernya very skeptical, tak dapat terima bahawa sesuatu seperti ini boleh berlaku pada dirinya. Tetapi bila di test dengan ayat Quran dan ternyata ada reaksi, nak tak nak terpaksa dia hadapi kenyataan itulah.
Thanks a lot for the clarity. So insyaAllah, everyone, we invite on the stage Liana, bukan nama sebenar. Of course lah, kita make her anonymous lah, kan. Kita tak nak nanti orang nanti fam dia ke apa ke, sis. Anyway, kita invite Liana to speak in this on the stage, and then supaya maybe Liana can say hi and beri salam sikit ke. Hmm.
Hai, Assalamualaikum semua. Saya Liana.
Ya, Liana, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, terima kasih kerana berikan masa untuk to share your pengalaman and apa yang telah jadi pada diri you. So maybe as a start, tak payah nak introduce yourself lah kan. Maybe you can start to say something macam like apa sebenarnya simptom-simptom yang berlaku pada diri you. Maybe you can start with that, or you want to start with something like apa yang you comfortable with. You can just say it out, no worries. Tak ada hard rule kat sini. For Haji Sofian, you have the pointers?
So the intention sini kan kita untuk nak untuk membuat sharing supaya memberi kesedaran insya-Allah kepada pendengar-pendengar yang lain. Mana tahu ada yang pernah melalui atau merasai simptom-simptom yang sama tapi tak sure apa ini, apa yang dia orang lalui itu sama ada betul ke tidak. Uh, you know, ada tak, ada yang banyak yang tak ada kepastian tentang apa yang diorang experience. Jadi mungkin kita boleh mulai Diana dengan maybe you can share apa background tentang masalah you, what are the history dan ialah benda-benda yang you perasan. So kita start from the past dulu.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, how to start Okay. When I was like young age, okay, at young age, my family, kita orang macam every once a month we will have this sort of like a ritual ceremony. So that's how I started to understand about this.
Apa maksud you tu, ritual
So,
ceremony tu?
macam once a month, I will go to a certain person punya rumah, and then we will start to um, macam bakar kemian, and then bakar agabati, and then that certain people will start to like menurun. Some will uh, comes in as buaya putih, some will come in as harimau putih. So they
Masya Allah.
identify themselves as that thing. So that's
Okay.
how I understand about this thing.
So kalau I dapat bayangkan atau simplify, maybe if I understand you correctly, it's something like a summoning ritual.
Yes, betul, betul.
By who? Siapa yang buat that summon? Siapa yang bakar kemian tu?
Done by my family members.
Yang okay.
Mm.
Which side?
My dad's side.
Okay. So your dad
Mm.
and adik-beradik dia doing that?
Yes, correct. The whole family does that.
Wow, Masya Allah.
Mm.
This is a very big indication.
I
Masya
mean, at first I thought it was like, because I was still small, so I tak tahu semua ni. So when it happens every month, to me is I thought it is part of religion. Yeah,
Okay. During
at
that time
first.
you understand like that lah.
Yes, yes.
Masya Allah. Okay, moving forward.
Uh so as I go into my teenage years, um I start to sense a bit of difference in a way where um macam how people easily make friends with each other. Like macam
Mm-hmm.
senang nak berkawan. Like jumpa dia ni je boleh berkawan, make friends. Jumpa dia ni je boleh make friends. But when it comes to me,
Mm-hmm.
other people will have like difficulty to make friends with me. Like
Okay.
somehow they will feel like just distance. Macam tak payahlah nak berkawan dengan dia ni.
Okay, that's how you felt lah
That's
masa.
how I started to feel like, what's wrong with me? Like, is there something wrong with me?
Okay. I'm
Hmm.
curious during your younger times before teenage,
Hmm.
patah balik
Okay, okay.
you ada macam dah boleh mula nampak-nampak like kelibat ke, like people say having a third eye ke, ada tak that kind of indication? Ada tak?
Hmm. Tak nampak kelibat tak. It's mostly like rasa. You can feel the, when bilik tu normal temperature, but then
Hmm.
suddenly you will feel a very like panas
Oh,
at a certain
masya-Allah.
place. Macam kat sofa, you duduk and then suddenly you feel like, why suddenly beside me like so panas?
Oh, okay.
Padahal it's a normal room temperature, but that
Dia,
particular side is like
bulu,
panas.
bulu roma naik tak?
Yes.
Masya-Allah.
Hmm.
So kecil-kecil dah rasa macam tu lah. Even goes to your teenage years?
Teenage years, yes, sama.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
Alright,
So
you always in a way that macam you always sense macam ada a presence around you tapi yang tak nampak lah, but you just can feel the difference change of temperature. Is it something like that?
yes, betul. And then like just like what you said lah, dulu rumah naik and then you feel either you feel extremely hot or extremely cold.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's the two things ah.
Oh, Masya Allah.
Hmm.
So, okay. So, yang kita during the teenage years, bila dah masuk teenage years, I mean you dah mula, dah baligh lah kan?
Yes,
Seorang
betul.
dah baligh,
Mm-mm.
and then somehow you kawan also
Sorry?
you having difficulties nak buat kawan lah.
Yes, correct. That having difficulties to make friends is one thing. And
Mm-mm.
then I go through things like I have anger management.
Oh, so you during that teenage years pun you
Yes,
ada that problem?
yes.
Oh,
Like
senang marah.
senang. Like benda-benda kecil I can just flare up easily.
Oh, example yang you
Macam
boleh ingat lah.
yang like when things doesn't go your way, like okay, I dah kemas my bilik and
Mm-mm.
then like let's say my mum were to shift my things a bit
Mm-mm.
and then I realized that this is not the place that I left my barang-barang. I would just marah.
Mm-mm.
Like that. Then after a while I will be like, kenapa I marah my mum
Oh, tapi
Yeah.
you macam bila you dah cool down, you macam realise
Why?
something is off lah.
Yeah. I will like ask, apa pasal I marah my mum like it doesn't make sense lah.
Okay, okay.
Always that's what I go through lah.
And it happens a lot
A
selalu
lot.
macam tu.
A lot, a lot.
Masya Allah.
Mm, a lot.
Maybe tapi orang boleh psychologically orang boleh cakap alah teenager apa, darah muda apa.
True. True.
Kan?
But
Mm-mm.
at that moment I was like macam my anger issues was like out of control lah.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
But anyway, for some audience yang nak tahu, this is part of the indications yang seseorang tu ada something lah
Mm.
dalam diri dia. Okay. Yeah. So move on. Do you like ada macam badan sakit-sakit ke during that teenage years? Macam ada bahu berat ke, sometimes kepala pening
Mm,
ke?
yang all that ada, but what I get a lot from people is, to me it's a bit scary lah, because people will come to me, even my family members will come to me and say, kau perasan tak muka kau macam gelap gitu tau.
Allah.
A lot of my family members, my friends, at first I thought okay, because of when I was in secondary school,
Mm-hmm.
I thought kita kan sekolah kan pergi PE kan under the sun.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
that's what I thought, maybe because of I'm getting a bit more darker or tan
Okay.
because of the sun.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Betul.
that's what I thought. But when it gets like not just one, maybe orang, my cousin, my auntie, we be like, kau perasan tak muka kau macam gelap tau. It's not gelap because of the sun. It's like something else, like gelap. Hmm.
Okay.
That's where,
Interesting.
yeah, that's where
Mm,
it like start to, I curious lah, like, what happened? What's this?
mm,
What's going on?
okay.
Hmm.
And then what about kalau nak tidur punya time? Do you feel like kadang-kadang susah nak tidur ke? Atau you feel a presence around you when you nak tidur ke? Atau you pernah kena kacau time tidur ke?
Hmm. Kena kacau tak, but every now and then, I will have like, I will feel like someone is looking at me.
Hmm.
Even though I sleep alone in the room, but I
Mm-mm.
akan rasa macam ada orang standing in front of me, tengah tengok kan I.
Okay.
Hmm. That's what a lot. I will feel that.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Masya-Allah, interesting
Tapi kan,
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think I nak dengar the rest of your story ya. You baru start cerita pasal invocation kat rumah you, summoning kat rumah you. Then after that apa-apa lagi kat
Oh.
cerita?
Ya, 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 ya. Yang
Sambung ah cerita
ritual-ritual
you.
time tu.
What else? What else yang pelik-pelik atau things, give a history of the background of your past, and then at least we know where we start from.
Oh. Okay.
Ah,
So I go back to my childhood punya time lah ni.
cerita lah cerita-cerita kan. Kita kan cerita-cerita informal. Nak dengar apa yang terjadi pada diri you yang you rasa macam that brings that you rasa pelik atau some history yang ada kena mena dengan yang you rasa ada kena mena dengan the symptoms that you have. And after that we can talk about apa masalah yang you face, the symptoms, how it affects your life. Maybe we can start go through that route. Tapi I'm very interested lah dengan summoning. Seriously, to be honest, I sendiri tak pernah nampak kot. And I think ramai orang pun atau this is not something that is very normal. So I would really very much like to hear more about that actually.
Okay, boleh. So for what I remember is once a month we will like gather in one of our uncle's house. Okay, and then the ritual we will start is always like normal lah, bakar kemian. Okay, then after that ada agabati.
Agabati
Uh,
tu apa tu? Sorry, I tak
agabati
kenal.
yang the stick yang incense stick tu
Oh,
yang
okay,
the
okay.
like a joystick macam gitulah.
Dipanggil apa ya? I think there's another name. Okay, but you call it agabati. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. So okay, so and then kirakan for that day one person will represent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say that day my uncle will be the representative. Okay, so he will say a few, I don't know whether ayat Al-Quran or what, I betul-betul tak tahu. Then after a while we will see lah who comes into the body lah. It can be kalau buaya putih, kita nak kena get ready like a bucket of water.
Oh,
So
cerita-cerita sikit Bayi Putih tu macam mana karakter dia? I mean, what do you see?
he will, you know how a buaya, he will like macam glides on the floor.
Oh, so the person will just bila when this thing happens, katakan the so-called Bayi Putih comes,
Mm,
so it will possess a person, and then the person will start to macam crawl.
yes,
Oh,
dia akan baring tiarap gitu. Then exactly like, and then he will glide lah. So for him to and able to glide, we will have to basahkan lantai tu lah.
nak kena pasangkan lantai.
Hmm. So kita basahkan lantai, so he will just exactly like how buaya move around, something like that.
Crawl lah, crawling
Yes,
lah.
correct.
Hmm.
So after and then
Apa-apa lagi yang
some
ada? Buaya putih lagi yang you pernah
uh
nampak?
buaya putih, harimau putih, and then for harimau putih kita kena siapkan I think about 7 macam bunga,
Wah,
and then 15 limau perut.
okay.
Yeah, so before all this thing happens, we need to prepare like bunga, nak kena prepare limau, and then my family akan bawa turun dia punya keris.
Oh, ada keris.
Ada.
Then
So
when all this thing happens and you were still young at that time,
very young. Yeah.
so where were you? What role do you play? You tengok aja
I
ke?
uh I at that time I will just sit there and just watch what's going on.
In the circle?
Yeah, correct.
Oh,
I'll just be the one watching, or let's say uh so other than buaya putih, ada harimau putih, and then there's also one an older lady who will come into the body.
Oh, Masya
So
Allah.
apparently that older lady is the one who takes care of me.
Hmm.
So I can communicate with that older lady.
oh
Hmm.
jadi
Ah,
setiap seorang ada dia punya um, person atau thing yang jaga dia, and yours is an
yes,
old lady.
yes, correct.
Ah,
Ah, so if I want to communicate with that lady, then they will put a string of kain kuning,
hmm?
just a strip of kain kuning on my wrist lah.
Okay. So
Hmm.
you bukan setakat sit in the circle. You are actually one of the you were actually one of the participants lah.
I I don't know. Yeah, maybe because I am communicating with the lady lah. So yeah, correct.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Everybody has their own being, and you punya is the old lady lah. Apparently,
Yeah, correct,
just that
correct.
mungkin at that point in time you didn't see it that way or didn't realize it as that lah.
Yeah, true.
Hmm.
Interesting,
Uh, yeah. So then the older lady will tell me, like in school, they will tell me, oh, don't worry lah, you're doing well in school. Don't worry about friends. You don't need friends.
Hmm.
All you need is your family. You tak payah ada kawan, tak apa. Friends are not important. Keluarga yang paling penting. The
Hmm.
older lady will always say words like kami lebih penting.
Hmm.
Hmm. So that's
Wow.
the thing lah.
Dia sampai umur berapa tu? Agak-agak all this thing happen.
I
Or is it?
think
Or do you think it's still happening now?
happening now no.
Dia kan dah baik.
No, no. I mean, you were part of the group. So, I
Hmm.
mean, the rest, if they still are around,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that they're still doing this?
Yes.
Ah, that's what I meant.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. This thing, yes, it's still. Uh, if you ask me, yes, it's still going on because you know, I before I met Ustad, I went for a few perubatan, and um most of the people that I go to will always say that, oh, ada nenek tua lah yang jaga engkau. So it's like after 2 or 3 people telling me, that means the nenek is still with me lah.
No, no, but do you think that they are still doing this monthly affair? That's what I meant.
Oh, monthly affair, that one I not sure.
So, how did it stop for you? Do you remember?
Mm,
Pasal, yalah, kira macam dah masuk satu group tu kan, macam
mm-mm.
mana you keluar? Ah, that's what, something like that lah.
Hmm. Betul
How
juga.
we
Ya.
keluar?
Macam mana you stop uh,
Uh,
tell them that I don't want to join this lah. Is it you just say it to them like that atau macam
okay,
mana?
for what I remembered was one of the family members, one of my family members, which is my auntie.
Hmm.
She passed away.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so when she meninggal,
Hmm.
my mom was the one who, I think my mom was the one who talked to my dad and said that I don't think we need to go on with this anymore already.
Oh, your mum yang the one who put
Yeah,
a stop on it lah.
yeah, I think my
Hmm.
mom, because at that point of time, my dad was like not happy lah. It was like, this is my family thing. How can you like stop me from going?
Ya,
Then my
ya.
mum, I think my mum was saying that kalau awak nak pergi, then you just go, but don't bring me along lah.
So
So
maybe it's still happening now lah.
that one I
Maybe lah,
betul-betul tak
wallahu
sure.
alam lah.
Yes, I
Ya.
tak sure.
Anyway, jap sekejap.
Boleh, boleh.
Anyway, I ada back channel and I ada WhatsApp. If audience nak tanya during this conversation, you can just PM me via my WhatsApp number 90213690
Yes,
and
yes.
or by my back channel. Yeah, and then from there kalau when I see cuma kalau lambat sikit keluar message ke apa ke, minta maaf sebab komputer saya a bit slow. Tapi I try to bring up your guys punya question lah during the conversation. Macam korang rasa macam apa yang korang nak dengar. So that's why kenapa kita buat live dekat sini. One of the reason is that so that kita dapat interaction jugalah with the audience yang ada lah sekarang ni. So you guys feel free. Rasa-rasa macam nak tanya apa ni, pengalaman Liana, whatever yang you want to ask during the conversation, just feel free to PM me. Okay.